Although this reviewer felt extremely disappointed by the ending of Final Fantasy XVI, there is no denying that he was totally enthralled by the experience up until that point. With beautiful, varied environments to explore, wonderful stories and characters, industry-leading cinematic cutscenes, and that free-flowing action-based combat, not to mention the sheer spectacle of the major boss battles. No sooner had he completed the game though, than his attention was immediately drawn to the announcement of Final Fantasy XIV's Online's new expansion, Dawn Trail, which will be available to players who have pre-ordered the expansion this Friday, the 26th of June 2024. Yet, with his focus drawn to the new expansion, he almost neglected the release of the second installment in the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, Rebirth, which would prove to be an almost unforgivable oversight. For the past 2 weeks, the experience of Rebirth has consumed this player, enwrapping itself around him like a pleasant cool breeze on a beach on a hot summer's day. For even the experiences of both Final Fantasy Remake and Final Fantasy XVI could not prepare this player for what he was about to experience. Although the second installment in the trilogy, you do not have had to play Remake to play Rebirth, as each installment is simultaneously a continuation of the previous chapter, but also a standalone adventure in its own right. However, either way that you experience Rebirth, either as a continuation of Remake or as a standalone episode, Rebirth pushes the bar of what a gaming experience can actually be even higher than just about any other gaming experience this player can recall. It is a gaming experience that often almost defies the ability to describe it in words. It is very much something that you have to experience for yourself. Rebirth is an absolutely huge game. At the end of the first playthrough, this player had exceeded the 100-hour playtime mark and still had many more things to attempt to accomplish, although by that point all side quests had been completed. In every aspect of game design and construction, Rebirth effortlessly glides ahead of almost every other game currently available, as effortlessly as a chocobo galloping across grassland. In terms of graphical fidelity, the game pushes the Unreal Engine 4 to its limits. Materials and textures are highly detailed and defined, sky spheres are gorgeous, featuring wonderfully realised clouds and sun effects, a huge number of particle effects adding dust, smoke, etc., which create additional textures to beautifully realised environments, masterfully crafted varied meshes, as well as gorgeously sculpted landscapes. Lead artists Shintaro Takai, Tetsuya Nomura and Robert Ferrari ensure that the Rebirth artistic flair is full of diversity, imagination, beauty and originality. Rebirth features a number of large semi-open world areas to explore, full of activities to embark upon, some of which are repeating themes throughout the game, some of which are unique to certain locations. What is absolutely delightful is that every region has a specific type of chocobo breed. Character modelling and animation is some of the best you are going to see, which ties into world-leading cutscene work and construction. In terms of gameplay, Rebirth utilises an evolved version of the hybrid live-action combat that was present in Remake, this time leaning much more but never becoming FF16's combat. There is plenty of room here to approach combat in different ways, and this is all augmented and facilitated by the party system. Again, that apparent simplicity that this reviewer discussed in the Remake review, in which there are only 3 equipment slots for each character, belies a level of complexity, often forcing you to rethink what you may or may not have equipped. Running alongside this is a pretty robust crafting system, which is also tied to certain quest ideas. The main story of Rebirth is, in a word, epic. Lead writer Kazushige Nojima delivers a complex tapestry of so many incredible, wonderful and imaginative ideas, taking the player on a journey that is full of intrigue, wonderment, suspense, delight and surprise. It is the core of what makes Rebirth so exceptional an experience. Mitsuto Suzuki and Masashi Hamauzu enshroud the whole experience in what is undoubtedly one of the greatest original game soundtracks of all time. Chock-a-block, full of so many incredible themes, seamlessly combining orchestration, rock and synth. It is an incredible achievement, with the cherry on the cake being the phenomenal performance by Lauren Never Enough Allred in the official theme song No Promises to Keep, composed by Nobuo Uematsu. Of course, no game can be perfect, since only absolute objective nothingness can be perfect. For anything to exist in the first place must be imperfect in virtue of the fact that it has a probability of error, regardless of how small that probability might actually be. Hello to chaos theory. Well, don't blame me, blame probability. It has to be said that on normal difficulty, the final stretch of the experience has some difficult and at times taxing boss encounters. In addition, some mini-games, although not actually mandatory for continuing with the story, are essential for completing certain objectives, and a few of these take some getting used to. These, though, are relatively minor gripes when set against what this game offers as a whole. And what Rebirth offers overall is an experience that almost relentlessly presents the player with variety, originality, spectacle, amazement, gorgeous vistas, and a wealth of truly memorable story and gaming moments. As was stated above, words aren't enough to describe the overall experience. It is a gaming experience that is simultaneously at the highest level of entertainment and artistic expression. It makes a mockery of anything that Disney has produced in the last 5 years. Producer Yoshiniro Kitase and game directors Naoki Hamaguchi, Motomo Toriyama and Tetsuya Nomura have successfully led the whole team at Square Enix Creative Business Unit 1 to create one of the greatest games ever made. Utter brilliance.